Look at this, guys. Hello. Welcome back to Curls by Charlene. Today, I'm going to talk to you about postpartum hair loss, the things that are happening to me right now that I didn't even think about, and the amount of women that go through the same thing. I want to know, has this happened to you? How did you overcome it? Like, what did you do to get to where you are now? I want to know as well. Like, there's so much I've been researching on, and I want to know what helped you to get past this. Firstly, I want to show you, look at this. Look at all the hair that I lost. And this was my wash day. This was only one day. I lost all this hair. This is way more than that 50 to 100 hairs that you're meant to lose a day. I'm going to rewind a bit and tell you about when I was pregnant. I was taking all these postnatal vitamins. I was taking iron tablets. I was taking all these supplements to help with the pregnancy, amazing. And my hair was flourishing. It was looking healthy. It was growing. Literally, I had lost maybe that much amount of hair each wash day. Like, that was it. Now, this is the difference. This is ridiculous. It was literally the best hair, I guess, I ever had. Even my detangling process was almost non-existent. It was just a breeze. It took me minutes to detangle my hair. Now, my detangling process takes me at least maybe half an hour, and I've got to section my hair in 4 now, put it in 4, and then each section go through, from bottom to top. Like before, when I was pregnant, I was literally just with this nice detangle brush. I'll get a picture of it. I'll put it right here for you to see. So now we move on to the hair loss. After I gave birth, it was still all right, the first 2 months. When I got to 3 months, now he's 4 months old, my little blessing. I love my baby, don't get me wrong. At least he's healthy, he's happy. I mean, what should I really be complaining about hair loss, right? I have a beautiful, bouncy little boy, and I love him. But don't get me wrong, my hair is falling out like every wash day, and I wash my hair weekly. So this is a lot of hair loss. So irrespective of the blessing I have, which is amazing, I'm very grateful. I'm not complaining at all. I just want people to be aware of what's happening, and that to let you know that it's normal to go through this. You're not alone. Like, I had no idea it was gonna happen this bad, but it is, and it's okay. So yesterday was my wash day, and my hair was just shedding. Okay, just running my fingers through my hair, and the hair just falls out. You run your fingers through your hair, and there's a chunk of hair. It's terrifying, actually, to think, oh, I mean, at least I've got thick hair. So to you, maybe you can't even tell that I've had hair loss. But here's the proof. Honestly, it's there. And look, getting like bald patches or thinning. Like, I don't ever remember having this. I didn't want to do my edges so you could see. Like, look at that. Like, what is going on? What's going on, guys? I'm getting those, those two things, like when men go bald, or I guess anyone. I'm not being sexist. I'm not just saying men, women go bald as well. But look at this. This is pretty terrifying. Like, if this just starts happening to you and you don't know if this is normal, like, this is pretty scary. In my book, anyway. So when I was pregnant, about only that much hair came out each wash day. Now it's that much, as I showed you, that much. And it's like, okay, when you're pregnant, your hair is all flourishing, yeah? So now that you've given birth, your hair's like, right, I gotta make up for lost time. Now it's time to shed all that hair that you weren't shedding while you were pregnant. It's sort of like, oh, we need to catch up because we didn't lose all that hair. Well, was I even losing 50 to 100 hairs a day? I don't know. But it was so minimal, it was like it wasn't happening, you know? This actually affects 40 to 50% of women who've had a baby. Like, that's half of us. But I've spoken to two of my friends, and they both had hair loss. And they both cut their hair off, like, after they've had the baby. Keep watching. I know I'm explaining a lot, but I will get to the point of how we can help our hair grow again and how we can sort out these bald patches, or, you know, the amount of hair loss that we're having. I have noticed my hair is full of tangles. Like, the detangle process, as I said, is a nightmare, and my hair feels dry. And actually, yesterday I was just saying to my other half that my hair feels like it's a nest. Like, even, you know, where you try and detangle with your fingers, it's like literally feels like a nest. So slowly I have to pry the hair apart and then detangle with a brush. It's just ridiculous. It feels dry, like the desert, and it is like a bird's nest. So I'm like, oh, the detangle process is nightmare. But please don't forget, you know, you think, oh, maybe if I wash my hair less, it will be better for it. But no, make sure you wash your hair weekly. Make sure you do that detangling, because if you don't detangle, those knots are just going to increase and increase and increase. Unless you want to have dreadlocks, or, you know, go a different route and just let it go. That's up to you. But you have to keep maintaining it. Otherwise, it will just get worse. Technical term for excessive hair shedding is, I'm going to put it over here, telogen effluvium. So there is a term. It means excessive hair shedding. It means basically we are going to have this after we give birth. I know I spoke to my sister and she doesn't ever remember this happening to her. So it might not be a genetic thing, you know, it's just, it depends on you and your pregnancy. So don't think because your sister didn't have this excessive amount of hair shedding, you won't have it. So there we go. Apparently, according to a doctor, I'm not going to mention her name just because I don't want to implement anyone. But she said, let me quote, this type of hair loss has nothing to do with pregnancy, but rather is caused by the stress of delivering a baby and the stress after that you go through, the sleepless nights, the quality of sleep, that's, you know, the poor quality of sleep. You don't have a block of sleep. I mean, I wake up every 3 to 4 hours at night, so I don't have that block that I was getting, you know, where you get into a nice deep sleep. Totally off topic, but I've been having, well, I've had nightmares. Like, every time I wake up between those feeding periods, when I get up to feed my baby, I wake up and I'm like, is that real? Is it not? And it seems so real, like they're realistic and they're just nightmares. Has that happened to anyone else? Stress is a major factor. Even though childbirth is a blessing, like you're bringing your amazing baby into this world, and you are, but you go through a lot of stress to get that baby there. Like any woman will tell you, even those who've had C-sections. I mean, I had a C-section and I'll tell you all about it in another video. So I'm on to the solutions now. Basically, there's some good news. Even though we're losing our hair, this is not permanent. it's temporary. This is only meant to last about a year, you know, after you've given birth. So when your baby is about 1 year old, obviously this will differ. So don't be like, oh, he's 1 or she's 1 and yes, my hair is going to get back to normal. It doesn't always happen, but they say roughly, you know, on average, it takes about a year for the hair to get back to normal and for you to not have such excessive amount of shedding. So stress, major factor, over-exhaustion, like I do feel exhausted. Was it last week or the week before? I was like, oh, not in a good place. I was feeling like I was just going down, 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 like exhausted. And so, you know, stress, exhaustion, poor sleep, learning to look after a new baby, especially if it's your first. This is my first. So your body's getting used to all this different activity, different process of things. You change completely. My life has changed, obviously for the better, but it has changed. Another thing is hormonal changes. Your hormones are all over the place. Like it was producing so much estrogen and nutrition. I even forget to drink water sometimes, but you need to make sure you drink your water. Drink, 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 especially if you're breastfeeding. Even if you're not, you know, our hair loves the moisture and, you know, our skin does as well. So we need that water. We need to still be drinking loads of water. Okay, this is the next day. As you can see, I'm wearing a different top. It just didn't happen yesterday with my baby. That was it. That was all the recording I could do in one day. So this is the next day. So first tip I want to give you is start doing rice water rinses again. I'll put a link below of a video where I did a rice water rinse, so you'll know how to do it. But I've started again, and I have noticed that my hair is falling out slightly less. So it is slightly, ever so slightly, but I've only done it for 2 weeks now. So this was my second week and I thought I really need to start doing rice water rinses. My second tip is to deep condition weekly. Don't stop deep conditioning your hair. Your hair still needs that nourishment. So make sure to deep condition, especially when it's all stringy now. Mine is dry, it's stringy, it's like a nest. I mean, right now it doesn't look too bad because I did all of that, but don't forget to deep condition. Don't stop doing the things you were doing before. Don't neglect your hair. Your hair needs nourishment now more than anything. But obviously the scalp, as I say, I'm covering it up so you can't even tell, but oh, it's quite frightening. So deep condition, don't forget. My third tip is take your vitamins. This probably should have been at the top, really. Don't forget to take your vitamins. I was watching another lady and she said she went to her doctor and the doctor said start taking your prenatal vitamins again. So what you were taking, you know, when you're pregnant and before you're pregnant to get everything going, don't stop taking them. I obviously stopped taking them, so I've started again. I hope it makes a difference. So take your vitamins, make sure, and have zinc. Make sure zinc is in there. I take iron supplements, I take vitamin C, I take multivitamins. I'm now taking this prenatal vitamin as well. What else have I left out? Vitamin D and zinc. And I'm on iron tablets anyway. So take those vitamins, take them, you need them now. I was also told about collagen, but I don't know. I'd love you to put comments below and tell me, have you had any experiences with taking collagen? Has it helped? I get it helps with skin, with all sorts, but don't take my word for that. I don't know. I just heard that could be a good thing to have as well. So let me know if you've tried collagen and it's made a difference for you. Another tip, obviously, is to stimulate your scalp. So do massages, massage the scalp daily if you can, if possible. But yeah, even use a massager. The scalp is obviously where the hair is growing from, where it's falling out from. So the scalp needs a massage. Give yourself some love. Give your scalp some love. Another tip is don't do protective styles as much, like back to back. Don't have put all your hair in dreads or braids or even wigs. You know, if you have clips on the wigs, you're clipping them in the front. That's where it's pulling. That's where your hair is weak anyway. I would suggest even like try, if you're putting wigs on to cover it up, rather have a headband or something that the wig can fit onto rather than your scalp, because your hair is in a fragile state. You don't want to put more pressure on it. And protective styles pull at the scalp, you know, even box braids, the lovely box braids. I love box braids, but I wouldn't suggest you do them because they're heavy, they're pulling on your scalp, your hair's falling out anyway. This is excessive amount of strain on your scalp and your brittle and damaged, not damaged hair, but your hair's in a brittle state. I suggest don't do it. You know, definitely not back to back. At least give yourself, your hair, some rest for a month before you try another protective style. And if you are doing protective styles, I suggest you do it with your own hair. So if you're on a braid, braid your own hair. If you want to do twists, twist your own hair. Just don't manipulate the hair too much. Just let it breathe. Or try to breathe. I know, the list is endless, but we can do this. Help me on this journey. I mean, I am really worried actually. It's just thinning and thinning. And another tip is try not to stress. Stress causes the hair to fall out. I know it's so easy for me to say try not to stress. I was stressing about something that happened. I might post about it, but I was just not in the best frame of mind. I was feeling anxious, like my chest, anxiety, everything. The stress is no good. Like, it's easy for me to say, but it's not easy to do. It's not like a light switch you can turn on and off, you know. Don't stress, just stop stressing about it. You'll be fine, you'll be fine. Yeah, we will be fine, but at least minimize your stress, you know, if that's possible. So yeah, don't stress. Stress is a major factor. Another tip is keep your hair hydrated and keep drinking water. You make sure you are not dehydrated, because your scalp, it's where our body, you know, needs water, and so does our hair. Keep this hair hydrated. Use moisturizing products. Use that water. That H2O is so important. Keep having water and hydrating your hair. So when you hydrate your hair as well, you know, mist, you know, your hair, give your hair, when you're deep conditioning, let the, you know, the misters, and or even in the shower, if you don't have a mister, if you have deep conditioned your hair, stay in the shower for a bit and let the mist soak into your cuticles. That's the word, the hair cuticles. So your hair cuticles are open, so you can take in all the moisture and keep it in there. You don't want your cuticles to be closed when you wash your hair with cold water. Perfect, but you do that at the end because that closes the cuticles, so no, you know, nothing can really penetrate it. But when you use warm water, hot water, you don't want to use hot water, but when you use warm water, it opens your cuticles. For us that have a low porosity hair, you need to open the cuticles a little bit anyway. If your hair is damaged, your cuticles are open pretty much anyway. But for me, my hair is low porosity and it's quite healthy, so the cuticles are closed to protect it basically. That's non-damaged hair, but you want to open them, as I said, to let all the moisture suck into the hair cuticles so it can nourish and flow again, and you can, you know, have luscious, long, shiny, whatever hair like you had when you were pregnant. I wish, right? But that's what I mean. So keep it hydrated, keep it moisturized, use good products. Don't start using the sulfates and silicones and parabens that aren't good for your hair anyway. It's just adding more to the the situation, you know. Regarding the wash day, I wash my hair every week because my scalp, I just can't, it itches, you know. So how do we reduce all the stuff on the scalp? If you can prolong your wash days to 2 weeks, try, but I can't. So I've still got to wash my hair weekly. Some people can prolong theirs 2-3 weeks, you know, do a pre-poo 1 week. I mean, that works as well, but you're still manipulating. Do you know what I mean? So you're still detangling, you're still processing the shampoo to conditioner. I detangle when I have conditioner, and then I do a rice water rinse. Then I do a deep conditioner. During the deep conditioner, I detangle again because, you know, our curly hair it gets tangles again. And then when I do this style, I'm detangling again to rake the product in, to have the curls, to style my hair, to get it to where I want. Even if I'm doing plaits or twists, I gotta detangle again to do the twist. So that's like 3 times I've detangled. I need to see if I can somehow reduce the amount of times I've had to detangle. So, you know, the less manipulation, the better. But hey, if you've got any ideas, please let me know. Please, let's help each other. Ooh, it's not easy, is it? So those are all my tips, ladies and gents, or whoever's watching. But no, those are all my tips, guys. Thank you for watching. Please, please, please pray for me and all these ladies that go through this. It isn't easy, and it is pretty scary and daunting when your hair starts falling out. It's not a pleasant feeling, but you know, love ourselves, still speak those affirmations to yourself. You're still beautiful. With your hair falling out or not, you're still beautiful. You know, your hair doesn't make you the person you are, or define you as a person, but it is important. It's a part of me. It's how I feel. You know, don't undermine someone else's feelings just because they feel terrible and you feel, oh, I'm all good. You know, just be considerate is what I mean. Be kind. It's easy to be kind, right? It's actually harder to be manipulative and vindictive. But anyway, thanks for watching Curls by Charlene. Thanks for your love and support. Thank you for the wait. I know I haven't had a video since almost 2 months ago, or a month and a half, but I've just been going through quite a bit, and I'm grateful for all your support. So keep going. I'd love to know what you think about this video. I'd love to know how you accomplished postpartum shedding, excessive shedding, or how you know someone has. Like, I'd love to hear from you. Please keep me updated. Let me know how it's going. And don't forget to like this video and leave a comment. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye. Can you hear that? Silence. My baby is asleep. Which gives me an opportunity to tell you all about this. I know, right? Charlene. He's sound asleep.